Meantime, we have one final speaker of their formal panel, and we'll get to questions and answers. And I hope people are still filling out more of the cards with questions. We have some interesting ones and some important ones to get to. The next speaker is Lessenbery, worked with for a decade as Metro Times. He is the guy who fills our letters page every week with reactions to what he has to say. And recently,
how in the world did you fail to get elected? I'm looking at proof that they did not save the best for last. I had a very delightful student this last winter who was a girl from Poland who was on the fencing team, and she came up to me at the end of the semester, towards the end, and she said, "I'm trying to understand your political system." She said, "If I were to become a White House intern and give him a blowjob, could they impeach him?" And I said, "In any great endeavor, sacrifices will be required. My job in life is to make people mad. Even occasionally people that I'm scared of. But I want to play off of what she said, because I think in a way the last speaker's remarks are by far the most relevant. I'm going to make a revelation here tonight. I've never revealed to anyone before. I'm a white Anglo-Saxon Protestant American. I was born wearing a boring suit. And I continue to wear a boring suit all the time. And the relevance of this is I talk to people every day to whom the vast majority of you do not talk. And this is important. I think of myself as a hack writer, and on my good days as a student of history. There have been 3 presidents in my lifetime who deserved impeaching. They impeached one who didn't. But I would say 2 things to you. Number one, what we're doing in here tonight, what you're all doing, is preaching to the choir. It's talking to people who are converted. I doubt that there's a George Bush vote in this room unless somebody stumbled and hit the wrong letter. But I'm going to tell you a couple unpopular things. You ought to concentrate on educating people on the breadth of Bush's very real crimes. I can add nothing to the brilliance of Mr. Goodman, the rest of the speakers. Bush is guilty of all these things and more. However, it is extremely unlikely, I must tell you, that you will actually succeed in impeaching him. I hope I'm wrong, but except I think if you impeach Bush without impeaching Cheney, why do you want to get rid of Charlie McCarthy to get Edgar Bergen? Why do you want to get rid of Puppet to get the Puppet man? But more than impeachment, I will tell you what all of our goals should be. To educate the public, to educate the mothers in Troy, the people in Southfield, the people in Holly, the 62 million people who voted for him, about the nature of this administration. In Israel, they have a slogan, which I have no right to quote, but the slogan is, again, far more important than removing the shrub and, snarly from office, as desirable as that is that the American public realize what has been done to them. Realize what they have lost and what they are in danger of losing. And unless you folks find a way to talk to people who don't feel like you, talk to people who you may find extremely complacent and irritating, not only are you not going to get anywhere, we're in dire peril of having somebody who looks like me but really thinks a whole hell of a lot worse next time. Thank you very much.
We'll keep the questions going. We've got a nice stack up here to begin with, and I guess we'll begin when we want to jump in. First question is, why should we expect the corporate parties to do anything to restore democracy? Which I think is another way of saying, why do we expect the corporate parties to go through with even impeachment? Is there time to quit the Democratic Party of Cindy Sheen and join the Green Party? And the question is, I mean, why should we vote for anything? Why, Bill, if you're going to take that one, why do you think?
You're pointing at us.
Yeah, yeah.
That's, I mean, unfortunately, Mr. Conyers is not here yet, so I can't answer that on behalf of those who hold power. I think that that there's still hope for impeachment from the Democratic Party, and I think we have to fight to work for that, not give up on that. By no means am I advocating only working within the Democratic Party, and certainly not within the Republican Party. But if you want a good reason why we need impeachment, you can look at the two parties. Anybody who heard the presidential debate heard Rudy Giuliani say that we should waterboard everybody we can get our hands on, which means virtually drown, and in some cases, in fact, drown people. Or you heard Mitt Romney say that he would double the size of Guantanamo. Or you heard John McCain say that we should stay the course yet again in Iraq. And this is all the criminality. They're building off the criminality unless we acknowledge by impeaching these people that this has been illegal and criminal behavior. We're going to get more of the same and worse. And so far, the Democrats are doing nothing about it. So if the Green Party has a way to bring about impeachment, go for it.
I'd like to, I'm too old to stand up anymore, so but I'd like to add a minor dissent to that, which is that you have to work with the Republican Party, as if you realistically had any chance of achieving impeachment. If every Democratic senator voted to convict George Bush, you would need 16 Republicans. There are Republicans. Bob Barr is a good example of this. He speaks out for the ACLU. There are conservatives whose views on other subjects we might find anathema, but who still have some respect for law and order and the Constitution. And if you automatically decide you're not going to work with those people, you are going to get nowhere.
Yep.